The Justice Department says it will review the law enforcement response to last week's Uvalde school shooting and make its findings public.
So the investigation, announced while the president was in Uvalde Sunday, is unusual, but it's happening because of what happened as 19 officers waited in a hallway outside the classrooms. 19 children were murdered by 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, who was eventually killed by police an hour and 20 minutes after he entered the school. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has our story tonight. Sean.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it is highly unusual. Look, Justice Department typically investigates when victims targeted are of a certain race or there are other factors to indicate a hate crime. This is different because now the Justice Department will be looking at the failures of law enforcement to respond quickly to the shooter and put the threat down.
It's a situation where the DOJ is going to come in and try to be the honest broker and find out what happened, what information law enforcement has, put together a timeline.
Paul Coggins is former U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas and sees this Department of Justice investigation different than most.
Put together a timeline not just of the incidents, but of the training, the chain of command, and the aftermath of this, because obviously there was a lot of misinformation that came in the aftermath of this, and they're going to be interested in that too.
The Uvalde School District hosted active shooter training just weeks earlier, training that emphasizes officers immediately move into action to isolate, distract, or neutralize the threat, even if it's just one officer acting alone. In this case, 19 officers stationed in the hallway waited for tactical support. Coggins says this investigation is not one the state of Texas can conduct.
I don't think the state can do it because clearly the actions of the state will come into play at some point. I mean, the governor was on the scene, the governor made statements, the governor has now backed off those statements, so he was being fed information, and obviously all that is going to pretty much call into question, are they honest brokers in reporting what happened here?
The school district police chief, Pedro Pete Arredondo, certainly his actions will be scrutinized. Maybe he'll even be interviewed?
Well, obviously, he would be a key interview for anything like this because he is the head of the chain of command at this point, and he's giving the order, making the call that it's a barricade situation, not an active shooter situation. That's going to be called into a question big time. But the question is, you have to ask yourself, how many of these individuals will submit to an interview? Because there's civil liability issues, obviously, here. There are potential criminal issues.
And Coggins says there's one overarching question about the Uvalde school shooting investigators will want answered.
One of the key issues is going to be, why was this treated as a barricade situation instead of an active shooter situation? The rules of engagement are clear on an active shooter engagement. You engage the shooter. You take him on. And there's going to be issues, and this is going to come out in the timeline. Even if you believe that he's not killing more individuals at that point, you have individuals who are wounded and who need immediate help, and they're not getting that immediate help. An hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, a minute can make a difference in terms of saving a person's life.
And whether some lives were lost in those precious minutes while the officers were in that hallway and they bled out perhaps or something, right now we don't know those kinds of answers. What we do know is that the Justice Department has not given a timeline for the stop and start to this inquiry, but here's the real hope. Something may come out of this that can prevent these kinds of tragedies, heartbreaks, ruined lives from happening again.
It's awful. Sean, thank you.